Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve G, and what we have this time is the Hatsukokoro Hikari SLD Petty 130mm knife. As stated, this knife is composed of SLD semi-stainless tool steel. Then they have a stainless cladding over the top of that, so it's not completely a full stainless blade. The SLD is semi-stainless in that it doesn't have quite the amount of chromium required to achieve full stainless status. So it might do a little bit of light staining. It's not going to be as reactive as a traditional high carbon reactive steel like a shitogami or aogami or something like that. But it needs to be used, dried, and then put away. So I wouldn't leave it sit wet for a long period of time. But it's a very good kitchen knife steel. 62 is about the typical Rockwell for that, hardness wise. So it'll take a nice edge and it'll hold that edge pretty well. So I've got a number of knives with SLD steel, and it's a pretty nice kitchen steel. The weight and dimensions can vary a little bit. This particular one is 72 grams or 2.5 ounces. Edge length is right about 130 on this, or 5.1 inches. And then the overall length is about 257 millimeters or 10.1 inches. Spine thickness, these are fairly thin blades. This one is about 1.9 at the back, millimeters thick, and then about 1.75 halfway down. And it doesn't really lose much thickness until you get to the grind, and it thins out a little bit towards the tip. Not super skinny on the tip because it's not a very tall blade, but thins out a bit. And then at the back, again, it's not a tall blade, but there's your edge profile. So reasonably thin at the edge and tip. Height, about 30.4 millimeters. Little bit of curve here at the choil into the neck, but so if you want to pinch it or want to stick your finger there, you can a little bit, but you have to kind of be a little careful with your cutting board clearance on it. But it's not quite tall enough to make a true like mini gyuto shape, but it's close. Usually those are like 33, 34 millimeters tall, but it's close to that. Let's see, we need a beauty shot. Let's do that. These have a fair amount of polish to them, so it's a little hard to do it without getting a lot of reflections, but let's see what we can do here. So if you look closely here, you'll see some etched in kanji on the right side of the blade. There's your SLD telling you the steel. Here's your edge peeking out from the cladding, where that cladding meets the core steel. Here again is the left side of the blade. There's your cladding giving way to the core steel with your wavy edge, or wavy line of demarcation there. Fit finish is nicely done on these. They polished the spine a bit, taking a little bit off the corners, so it's comfortable. Same thing with the choil. Out of the box edge, I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. It'll definitely get a little sharper if you do your part, but it's definitely usable out of the box. Handles can either be octagonal rosewood or ebony, depending on the batch. This one looks like it's ebony. Nice fit and finish on the handle, some polish to it, real nice sheen to it. Good glue up job there where the tang goes into the handle. Balance point, as you expect, is going to be pretty far back just because it's a very small blade. If you're interested, there's your balance point, about right there. This is good for small jobs, certain types of small products, cutting citrus, doing some decorative kind of cuts in smaller product. So it can be a useful blade in your arsenal if you deal with those kind of things frequently. So edge profile, pretty curvy. It's probably not a super big concern on a knife like this, but there's your edge profile, which has a little bit of a stop at the back. If you wanted to rock this, I can get up in that area before I start to hit the tip. So definitely can rock over small stuff. Tip draws, no problem. Fairly curvy profile. So if you're looking for something kind of unique, a really interesting steel, nice fit and finish, cool look to it, nice handle, this is the Hatsukokoro Hikari SLD Petty 130mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.